The Falmouth Commodores play host to the Wareham Gateman tonight as they're coming off a 7-3 victory against the Brewster Whitecaps yesterday at Stony Brook Field. But tonight, the Dores have a lot on the line as they can move up to 4th place in the Western Division. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on today's edition of Opening the Door. Alongside today's play-by-play broadcaster Trey Redfield and today's color commentator Carter Bainbridge, Logan Soforenko with you. I'll be on the field providing updates for you throughout the entirety of the game. And folks, let's jump right into things. Trey, last night, we saw a Falmouth Commodores team have a complete victory, but tonight, there's a lot on the line.
Oh, there's so much on the line. It's getting to that point of the season, Logan, where you're in the second half, and when you're in the second half, you start looking ahead of the schedule, figure out what other teams are doing, and tonight, it's one of those games. The Commodores taking on the Gateman, and if Falmouth wins tonight, it jumps Wareham in the standings, and that's so important because right now, Falmouth is in 5th place. You have to be 4th place or above in your division to make the playoffs, so if the Dores get it done against the Gateman, then they can find themselves in 4th place. That is so important because you got to win tonight and you just got to keep it going as well.
So important, especially heading into the off day tomorrow where they'll be at Fenway Park. But Carter, yesterday at Stony Brook Field, for the second time this season, the Falmouth Commodores put up a 4 spot in the first inning, and hey, they won the game at Stony Brook.
Yeah, it was the first game the Dores had played this season where it was shortened by darkness in one of the fields without lights. But that 4-run first probably would have been enough anyway. For the second game, like you said, in as many trips to Stony Brook Field, the Dores did all that damage with 2 outs. So that was clutch hitting against the Whitecaps yesterday. They scored often yesterday. They scored a lot. And they made the defending champion Brewster Whitecaps into losers for the second time in 3 games in this season series. So the Dores have now won 5 of their last 7 games. Like Trey said, every game is that much more important now. So always a good thing to come away with a win on the road, especially out in the Eastern Division.
The Falmouth Commodores only go to a field without lights one more time this season. It's Lowell Park in a week. We'll get to that a little bit later. But Trey, we're going to see a starting pitcher for the Falmouth Commodores in Josh Hartle, who has had some stuff working for him, and especially when it comes to the shutout category. He shut out Chatham, and he shut out Katuitt. What's it going to be for him tonight?
Well, you hope it's going to be a shutout, right? 1, because Hartle is just a ground ball pitcher, and 2, with that, he's just a guy, if you blink, you may miss him because he doesn't throw that many pitches. He makes guys get jammed in the batter's box. He doesn't strike out too many guys. When we were in Chatham, Josh Hartle was starting. We got out of there like that. It was 2 hours and 30 minutes. That's what the game time was. Expect Hartle to do something similar tonight if he has his stuff working for him, because I'll tell you what, he is really good at jamming hitters and keeping balls in the infield. It's really important for the defense to step up tonight, a defense that is yet to go errorless in a game this season.
Well, you mentioned that Chatham game. That duration of that game was actually shorter than one of the 7-inning doubleheaders against the Orleans Firebirds. But Carter, they're going to go up against a Wareham pitcher that is looking to bounce back after last night. The Wareham Gatemen were defeated by the YD Red Sox 4-2.
Yeah, pitching has been a weak spot for the Wareham Gatemen lately, so they send starter Michael Sansone to the mound tonight after coming over from Fairfield this spring. He's been a reliable starter for the Gatemen this summer. So far, 4 starts. The ERA a little high at 4.82, but it's a little misleading. His second start of the season was not very good, only 3 2/3, 5 earned runs, but his last 2 starts, 5 innings and 6 innings. We've seen the Dores have trouble with starters who go longer into games. They seem to jump on guys early, miss some chances, and then start to slow down on offense. So it's an important thing for Falmouth tonight to get off to a good start against Sansone, jump on him early, similar to what we saw the Dores do yesterday out at Stony Brook Field.
And something they did yesterday were score runs throughout the entirety of the game. They had 4 in the first inning and then 3 in the 5th inning. But Carter, I'm going to come back to you because about 2 weeks ago, when the Wareham Gateman and the Falmouth Commodores last squared off, that was the first time we saw this new identity of a team. We didn't see Braden Taylor and the Team USA guys because that's where they are now. But these Arkansas guys have really been contributing, and especially yesterday with Jackson Nicholas, he got his first RBI from Oklahoma.
Yeah, the newcomers for Falmouth lately have been stepping up. We saw some subtractions on this roster from Braden Taylor, Maui Ahuna, Jack Payton. Those guys have been sorely missed. They were really solid hitters. They helped this team out a lot. But Jackson Nicholas, like you said, Travis Chestnut is in the mix as well. Peyton Stovall, since coming over from Arkansas, has played second base every day. He's just an on-base machine. Jace Borfin, didn't see him in the lineup yesterday, but be on the lookout for him today, either starting or off the bench. Another Arkansas Razorback who's been hot with the bat since coming over from Fayetteville. So the Dores had some losses, but they've bounced back in a big way. They've been playing hot baseball as of late, and they have some newcomers, the guy we just talked about, to thank for that.
Well, you talked about Peyton Stovall. Peyton Stovall has yet to strike out in 8 days of work. And Trey, when it comes to tonight, you mentioned the stakes. They're very high, but the offense has to stay hot throughout the entirety of the game, just like yesterday. So for Trey's takes today, what's it going to be is you're going to be up in the booth calling the game tonight.
Yeah, finally. You know, it's July 10th, and I finally get a home TV play-by-play game. We'll take that any day of the week. But you took the words right out of my mouth about Trey's takes. It's just hit the ball, put it in play, and get on base. That's the only way the Falmouth Commodores are going to stay in this one tonight, knowing how well the Gateman hit on the other side. So it's really important for Falmouth in its top of the order to get things going. We saw a lot of productivity from Alex Mooney and Colby Halter. The 1-2 punch, they fist bump each other before every time they come up to bat. They say, let's do this. So, Alex, Colby, let's do this, boys. Let's get a win tonight.
Indeed, let's have some fun. The Falmouth Commodores have had a lot of fun with Eastern Division teams, but tonight they got that Western Division rival in the Wareham Gateman. We'll have first pitch for you at 6 o'clock. You can tune into the Falmouth Commodores YouTube channel to hear Carter Bainbridge on the color and Trey Redfield on the play-by-play. I'll be providing updates on the field throughout the entirety of the game. But thank you so much for joining us on today's edition of Opening the Door. We'll see you real soon.